Hello, and welcome to me rambling on about cards. Today, I will be rambling on about the Royal Knights, the 13 Royal Knights to be exact, whilst I play with a deck of cards that may or may not be the 13 Royal Knights. So, this is readily becoming one of my favorite decks to play right now. For those of you who don't know this deck, or have any idea what I'm talking about, this is the 13 Royal Knights deck from the Digimon trading card game. This deck features the likes of Omnimon, Kentaurismon, Jesmon, Leopardmon, Magnamon, Genkumon, Dynasmon, Craniamon, All-Force Vidramon, Alphamon, Gallantmon, Lord Nightmon, Examon. I believe that is all 13. The way that this plays is you use your Digi-Egg of King Drazel to reduce the play cost of all of your knights. Normally, you wouldn't be hard dropping level 6s, but for this deck you will be. Almost all, bar Magnamon and Omekamon, are level 7 or 6. Normally, you will hard drop whatever whatever Royal Knight you play, and then it will get shucked up underneath Yggdrasil or King Drazel. And then it will reduce the play cost of the first knight you play every turn by 1 for every source under Yggdrasil, plus an additional 4. So, you can be hard dropping a 13 play cost Mega for free, which is nice. Very nice. The deck is very good. It's not very good. It used to be very good. As of right now, it is a lot of fun, but it's not crazy good. It's still good though. It can come out of nowhere and take your opponents off guard, especially considering that they have to attack into almost consistently 11k or higher into security. The deck has a ton of options for removal and great ways to play out Digimon, such as Leopardmon, being able to play another knight for a reduced cost of 4, or Genkumon, allowing you to pull out a Digimon from sources, getting a second on play, to which almost every card in this deck that you play has an on play effect, which is very nice. It can range from, say, preventing your opponent's play cost 10 or higher Digimon from attacking, to deleting any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total DP is 6,000 or more or 6,000. But for each other Digimon, you add 2k. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, this is one of the more pricey decks to get depending on the rarity you want. It is also probably one of the best looking decks to get if you can and decide to get the alt arts. All of the alt arts for this deck, bar a handful, all have a wonderful gold treatment around them with wonderful art of each knight. Now, as I'm recording this, I expect there to be a lot of support coming up for the knights, considering that Cool Boy in the Liberator manga was also featured in Chronicles, Digimon Chronicles. And if you don't know what that is, it was a manga created at some point in the past. I don't remember the exact date. I refuse to Google it right now. And it had in it Yuji and the other one, the two partners of Alphamon and Oryumon, along with Cool Boy. And in that manga, the 13 Royal Knights show up and are featured in it, along with they appear in the set, in they appear in the manga, and they are on the side of the Royal Knights. Well, not Yuji and them, but Cool Boy. Cool Boy is on the side of the Royal Knights. And with him showing up in the Liberators manga with his partner Omekamon, who is heavily featured in the Royal Knights deck, you can see that the Royal Knights will be getting more support here in the future. Along with that, we also have the upcoming Dynasmon and Lord Nymon, whom aren't crazy good into the Royal Knights deck, but they're still good. Now, the fun thing about Knights is that you play one card per turn, but that one card has to make it, has to be good. So say you play a Magnemon, turn 1, put your opponent to 2. Now they have to deal with your Magnemon, delete it, which is not good or easy to do turn 1, or they have to try and memory choke you. The problem with memory choking is that because all of your Royal Knights are reduced their play cost, it's hard to deal with them, considering that there isn't a lot of crazy level 6 removal right now. And the fun part about Knights too is that it's one of the few decks like 7 Great Demon Lords and Yellow Vaccine. Well, not really Yellow Vaccine right now, but definitely 7 Great Demon Lords, where if your opponent doesn't win before they get Odugomon, or even before you get Omnimon, who on play allows you to trash your King Drazels to play out one of every Royal Knight trait Digimon with a different name from its sources with Rush. So you can potentially spit out anywhere between 1 to all 13 Royal Knights, which is phenomenal because now you have 13 Megas attacking your opponent all in one turn, assuming your opponent's Digimon actually survive that turn. From, say, Jesmon popping things, Gallantmon popping things, even Omnimon. You can play out Omnimon with that. pretty great. But Royal Knights definitely going to be getting some more support, especially considering Gallantmon is getting an X antibody. Gallantmon is getting an X antibody, which is going to be hopefully very good for the deck, not just Royal Knights, but Gallantmon. But if you're looking to play the deck sooner, in August, when BT17 comes out, you can play, if you want, you can spice up your deck with Gallantmon Crimson Mode. Now, he's not considered a Royal Knight, he's a Holy Warrior, but with a play cost of 8, popping 15k or less total DP bodies, that's pretty great. And the fact that you can blast him on top of about half of your knights on your opponent's turn. Sure, you can't Digivolve on your turn because of King Drazel, but on your opponent's turn, it doesn't matter. The Gallantmon Crimson Mode can Blast Ace and Blast Digivolve on your opponent's turn, negating the King Drazel effect, which is great considering most of your knights are red, depending on your ratio. You've got Jessamon, Genkumon, Gallantmon, who are all red level 6s, and let you go on top of them with your level 7 red Crimson Mode. Whether or not you hard play him for the 8 or you get your blast off, you're still able to, on your turn, for every 5 cards in both players' trash the top security when attacking, which is great aggression for knights because it does not have that great of aggression until you hit Omnimon, which is a problem, but it's not that bad. 4. Now, the wonderful thing about this deck too is that you've got great control options with that of Jessamon, Alphamon, Gallantmon. All First Featuremon would be a lot better if his bottom deck and Source Strip was better. Examon would also be better if he did more than just suspend something, but what are you going to do? I'm sure the next Royal Knight support is going to either have more the X antibodies. I'm definitely expecting X antibodies from that set, from whatever in the 20 or 19, whichever set it is, to help spice up the deck and either be aces or not. Even just a better King Drazel, same effect, just making it so you can Digivolve, would make this deck far better. Because then instead of having to rely on just hard playing, you could get some of your when Digivolving effects off with, say, Omnimon. But again, it's not crazy bad right now. I really hope I didn't just have my mic muted for all of that. That would make me sad. Me discussing how great Crimson Mode was going to be in this deck. The great part about this deck is it's just so much fun. It does make your opponent salty, but what are you going to do? That's not a you problem. It does have a reputation of being rather good. I don't think it still has that at the time of recording. it is good. It can pop off if you're a skilled player and you've got the right ratios and your deck set up the way you want it. But compared to a lot of the newer decks, like the 7 Great Demon Lords, the yellow vaccine deck with Magnum on X, it's just not as crazy great anymore. But the Knights are still good. I enjoy them. They're a lot of fun. They allow for an interesting way to play. They allow you to swarm and pop off out of nowhere. Just got to make sure you're not misplaying your effects. But I enjoy them. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, that was me rambling on for a few minutes about the Knights of the Purge and the Royal Knights deck. Thank you for listening. I will be rambling on about more decks as I love this game, or just whatever, in a sort of ASMR tone. Because why not? Why not ramble into your ears? I've been told by my friends that when I ramble, it does make them sleepy. So, who knows? Maybe this will help, maybe it won't.